Hey guys, so this is our activity 2, day 12 practice. So you should be in your Google form here, and I'm going to read the poem of The Wind and the Leaves to you, and then you're going to answer these questions before you do your independent practice here. So if you look over either in your book or on your iReady texts, we're down here in our poem of The Wind and Leaves. So listen, and we're going to listen to figure out the meaning of some of the different words and phrases within the context of the story or the poem in this case. So it's called The Wind and the Leaves. So I know that it's going to be about the wind and some leaves. Right? And I'm looking at the picture here and thinking of, what's it look like those leaves are doing? What color are the leaves? What time of year are the leaves this color? So I'm thinking of all of that before I start reading. Right? And now I see my poem. It is 3 stanzas. 1, 2, 3. And then these numbers on the side stand for the number of the line. Like this is line 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this is line 5, 6, 7, 8. Line 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 lines in this poem. So I'm going to start at line 1. And you can read aloud with me if you like. And let's read the poem of The Wind and the Leaves. It says, "Come, little leaves," said the wind one day, "come over the meadows with me and play. Put on your dresses of red and gold, for summer is gone and the days grow cold." Soon as the leaves heard the wind's loud call, down they came fluttering one and all. Over the brown fields they danced and flew, singing the soft little songs they knew. Dancing and whirling the little leaves went. Winter had called them, and they were content. Soon fast asleep in their earthly beds, the snow laid a coverlet over their heads. It was a nice poem. So I'm thinking of what's going on in that poem. Like, what is it even talking about there? So I'm thinking at first the wind is saying to the leaves, come with me. And he wants them to play. And it says, put on your dresses of red and gold. So I'm like, are leaves really putting on dresses? No, I know they're not. So I think, what do you think the author means by that? Like, I can look at my picture here and think, what does that mean if the leaves are going to put on their dresses of red and gold? Hmm. Yeah, I think it's that it's becoming fall time, right? And the leaves are turning to the color of red and gold, right? Because then next it says summer is gone, so, and the days grow cold, so which means after summer comes fall. So it's turning to fall and the leaves are changing colors. And the wind says, come with me. Then next stanza says, right, the leaves came fluttering down because also I know, like, what happens to leaves in the fall? What do they do? Yeah, that's right. They fall from the trees right onto the ground, right? And the wind is like blowing the leaves as they fall from the trees. And then the last stanza 3, right? The leaves are dancing and whirling as the wind is blowing them around. And it said winter had called them, right? Because that means after fall comes winter. And in the winter, all the leaves are down, fallen on the ground. The trees are empty, no more leaves. And then it said that they were fast asleep in their earthly beds, and the snow laid a coverlet over their heads. So it means the leaves are all laying on the ground, and now snow is falling down on top of the leaves. So that is what's happening in this poem. It's a poem about the leaves and the wind going from summer to fall to winter, the changing season. So again, if you're looking in your book, you can see the questions right here. If you don't have a book, that's fine. You can just be following along here. Make sure you type in your name so when you submit your answers, we know it's you. Then we'll look at the questions. We're going back in the poem to help us answer them. So, it says, what context clues help you figure out the meaning of fluttering in line 6? I think, what does fluttering mean in line 6? So let's pull it up and look. So I have line 5. So after line 5 is line 6. Down they came fluttering one and all. So what is the word fluttering telling us about the leaves? So as of down they came fluttering, it's telling me how the leaves, what? How they sound? How they smell? No, it's telling me how they move, right? Down they're fluttering. So fluttering is a word that's describing their movement. Right? So I'll have to think about, thinking about my answer choices then, or thinking about the word. What do you think fluttering means? Like think in your head, what do you think fluttering means? Right? Fluttering means just like falling or moving like softly. Right? And so the question is actually asking me what clues help me figure out the meaning. So I need to figure out which one of these context clues is helping me describe how the leaves are moving. So let's go through those choices. So it says, come over the meadows. Was that describing how the leaves are moving and fluttering? I don't think so. I think that one, come little leaves, is what the wind said to the leaves. So that's the wind talking to the leaves. Does that describe leaves moving? No, it doesn't. So I'm like, that wouldn't be the right choice. Look at my next one. Singing the soft little songs. My verb there is singing. Is singing describing a movement? No, right? That's something we say. They're singing. It's the sounds that they're making. Like you could hear what they're saying. So does that describe movement? No, it doesn't describe their fluttering movement. No. So I would say not that one. And then see, dancing and whirling. My verbs are dancing and whirling. Is that a type of movement if you dance and if you whirl? Are those movements? Yes, they are. So if I know fluttering is a movement and dancing and whirling is a movement, that could describe how the leaves are moving. So say down they came fluttering one and all, and then dancing and whirling the little leaves went. So that is describing their movement. Do you think that's the right answer? I think it might be. Let's check the last one though. Winter had called them. So it means winter, right, is calling for them, right? Is that telling me, describing a movement if winter called them? No, that's not describing a movement either. So dancing and whirling would be the correct answer for this one. Good job if you have figured that out on your own. So I'm looking for number 2. Let's read these lines from the poem. So right here's the lines. Soon fast asleep in their earthly beds, the snow laid a coverlet over their heads. What does the word coverlet show? So to answer this, I have to figure out what I think a coverlet is. I'm thinking, what is that telling me about in the poem? So if I wanted to look back in the poem, I keep forgetting that's a different screen. I'm gonna find that line here. Right here at the very bottom, it's very last 2 lines, 11 and 12. Soon fast asleep in their earthly beds, the snow laid a coverlet over their heads. Something, what was happening here? Like, what was the context of the story, right? I see in line 10, like, winter had called them. So I'm knowing that, okay, now we're in winter, right? The leaves were content, and soon they were fast asleep in their earthly beds. So again, are the leaves really sleeping? Can leaves sleep? No, right? That's figurative language. It just means that they're lying on the ground, right? They're not dancing and whirling anymore, right? They've come to rest laying on the ground now. And so then what happened was the snow came down. So I'm picturing in my mind, what does that snow look like when it's coming down? And what is it doing to the leaves? If you thought like, oh, it's covering them, you're right. And then in the word coverlet, I noticed, if I take off let, I see the word cover. So I'm like, it's covering the leaves as they're laying on the ground, right? In their earthly bed to sleep. So I'm thinking, what would a coverlet be? It would probably be kind of like a what? What covers you when you're in bed at night and going to sleep? What covers you? Yeah, like a blanket. So like, oh, so the snow is like a blanket for the leaves. So let's see, is there an answer that matches what we just thought? It's the first one. The snow looks like a blanket. So coverlet be like a blanket, and that's how the snow is making a blanket for the leaves. So I think that's right, but let's read them all. The leaves have fallen. Well, I mean, they did fall, but is that what this sentence is talking about? These lines, that fast asleep in the earthly beds, the snow laid a coverlet over their heads, is that the leaves are falling? No, that's not what that's talking about. The snow looks like a dress. Did they say that in the poem? No, the only thing that they said looked like a dress was that the leaves were wearing their dresses of red and gold. So does that match this sentence in these lines? It does not, so that would not be right. And the singing has stopped. And is that what a coverlet is talking about singing? No, it's a blanket. So A would be the right choice for that one. And then the last one, what is the meaning of content in line 10? We're looking at that stanza part of the poem too. I keep thinking it's there, but it's not. Sorry, guys. Ooh, where's the bone? There's the bone. So, right, the winter had called them and they were content. So, and this is telling me how the leaves were feeling here. So I'm thinking, in this poem, what do you think that the leaves are feeling? Are they mad that the wind's calling them? Are they happy that the wind is calling them? Are they annoyed? Like, what do you think they're feeling? Come up with your idea. How do you think the leaves feel here, based on the context of the whole poem? Think about it. You come up with your answer. So hopefully you have your answer in your head. And you tell me what you think. So, is the meaning of content? Are the leaves angry and bossy? What do you think? Are they satisfied and happy? Satisfied means like you're okay with what's happening, like you're understand and fine that this is the way things are, and you're not mad, you're not angry, you're just calm and relaxed. And then bored and tired. Are the leaves bored and tired? Or are the leaves annoyed and mad that the wind called them and they had to go to bed? Which do you think? And then choose which one you think is the correct answer. I'll let you do that one on your own and you can see if you're right. So after that one, you guys are going to do this independent practice on your own. So again, if you're in your book or on your document, right here, this text, Yosemite morning. So again, a little background for this. Yosemite is a national park in the western part of the United States. Right? So there's like lots of animals and wildlife and trees and all of those things are in like Yosemite. It's like a forest and mountains, all of that there. And notice in the pictures, it's like looks like it's kind of a cold and chilly there. At least there's some snow on the ground in all these pictures. So it's, at least when this story is taking place, it's probably kind of cold there too. So thinking about that, it's a fiction story about some children who are in the park, right, visiting with their family. And so read it carefully, think about what the words mean, understanding what is happening in the whole story can help you figure out the meaning of those words and phrases. So you're gonna answer these questions on your own, and then when you're done, click submit so we can see your answers. All right? Best of luck. Keep having fun and working hard at your home learning. Love you. Bye.